Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how to find and use inverse fair value gaps, iFVGs for short. To get started, you do have to understand what a fair value gap actually is. Now, a fair value gap is a 3-candle price action play where we have a move up, a stronger move, and then some follow through. This would be a bullish fair value gap. And the area that is our fair value gap is from the upper wick of candle 1 to the lower wick of candle 2. As long as those don't touch each other, this area within our big impulse move now becomes our fair value area or our fair value gap. This is a bullish fair value gap. An example of a bearish fair value gap is very similar, but to the other side. We have our move to the downside. We take our candle 1 to our candle 3. We have our big impulse move in candle 2, and this zone where price was not able to test is now the area that becomes fair value because price moved too fast, volume was not able to be taken within that area. Alright, so now I'm going to give you an example of an inverse fair value gap and how to use it. So right now we're looking at the NQ NASDAQ futures chart. This day is Friday the 13th in March, and what we're going to do is we're going to mark out our recent pivot highs and lows. Because we're looking at our pre-market here, they're very easy to find. We're going to mark out our pre-market high and our pre-market low. So as we went over in the examples prior, we see that inverse fair value gaps perform best after sweeping a high and then inverting that fair value gap. So what we would look for, or a low, of course, depending on the context of the market. Now, what we look for here is we're going to play this through, and boom, right there, what do we have, guys? We have a bullish fair value gap. Here's our candle 1, candle 2 with our impulse move, and candle 3. Now we have our bullish fair value gap that swept a high. A lot of people will see this as a much strong bullish reasoning to go along. Meanwhile, we know to look for the reaction back short. So we're going to let this play out a couple more candles. And what we're going to see is we finally get our close back below. So it's stopping out a lot of long positions. It's getting some shorts ready. Now there's two ways you can enter an inverse fair value gap. The first way is just by taking it as soon as we get the close below. Another way would be taking it on the retest of the zone. And there is a third way, which would be taking it at the 50% retracement of the fair value gap itself, or inverse fair value gap at this point. You could turn that on TradingView. If you are using TradingView for a charting platform, you're going to go into the settings of the rectangle tool and just turn on that middle line. What that's going to do, guys, if you do take entries off the middle line, is it's going to give you a much better risk to reward trade setup. However, it doesn't happen as often as you would if you were to take it right off of the retest of the zone. So just something to keep in mind. That's going to be something that as you gain experience, you'll start to see which one works best for your trading style. So for this example, let's say we take it on the retest of the zone. That retest happens right on that next candle, and here we are entered within that trade. Risk reward is 4.5 to 1, and because we just swept a recent high and we're looking to trade the range, we're going to target that next low that we have. We're going to let it play out. Now, as you guys see on this example, we did pull back and tap that 50% entry. And again, would have provided a phenomenal risk reward, bringing it from a 4.5 to a 9.5 to 1 risk to reward. Phenomenal entry there. But even a 4.5, guys, is still a great risk reward. We don't want to be greedy in the markets. So let's let it play out. And as you guys see, it gave us a very quick and strong move right to that take profit. Now, something I want to mention, guys, is when it comes to any trading strategy, context is key. At the time I'm recording this, we're in a much more bearish market structure because we're seeing a lot of strength in oil sector, which impacts inflation. So we're just seeing a lot more selling pressure. So an inverse bullish fair value gap is going to play out a lot better because we're using it to the sell side than if we had a bearish fair value gap we were looking to invert might fail a lot more often depending on the context of the market. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys an example of a bearish fair value gap that gets inverted. So here we are, we're looking at our pre-market right now, same situation where we want to mark out our recent high and our recent low. Now, just to keep in mind, guys, context being key in the market, same with the price levels and time frames we're finding it on. If we find these pivots at a major high being an hourly or a 4-hour high or low, it has a lot more strength than something we see here, which is probably found more on the 15-minute. So again, for this example, we're going to let it play out. And here we are. We broke the low. We created a bearish fair value gap. So this is where people would look to sell, say, oh, here we are, we're retracing, I got to go short. But look how markets react. Sellers try to step in and they fail multiple times, almost looking like price is starting to squeeze here. Now what happens? We finally get a strong bullish candle. Markets give us that close above the inverse fair value gap, and we could look to take this trade right over here. Now, something to keep in mind, guys, is it's not always going to give you that retrace. Check this out. We get one more strong close above. So if we were a bit more patient, we wanted to see a stronger close than this red candle, this would be it. We'd say, okay, great, there's a strong close above. I'm going to look to enter on the retrace at 24,315, stop loss at 24,282. That's my inverse fair value gap. Target is the high. But look at what happens, guys. We never test that level again. It goes right to take profit. But if you were to try to take this trade at the close of this candle, you're skewing your risk to reward. Now you're looking at a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So be patient. Know how you're trading the zone, and try not to steer away from entering outside of the zone itself. That really will skew your risk to reward. Even this right here, almost a 3-to-1, is a great R to R. Alright, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if this video helped you understand what inverse fair value gaps are and how you can use them in your trading. And join me Monday through Friday at the bullishbears.com community as we live trade every morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody, and have a great day.